Alright guys, here we go. First video of 2019, and apparently I needed more fleece and reading socks. Everyone is up this week and like going to the gym, and I'm like, I need to feel like I'm wrapped in blankets 24/7. Hello everyone and happy 2019. I hope you guys are having a great start to the year, and I am back, going back to 2018. I'm gonna get these years all confused this entire video. Is it 2018, 2019? What am I talking about here? Today we are gonna do a full face of my favorite products from 2018 in the high-end kind of luxe category, mostly just like Sephora and MAC products that I've been really enjoying this past year. I did a full video using all my favorite drugstore products. I put that up on Sunday, so you can go and check it out. I will link it at the end of the video for you guys. Make sure you give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already for new videos every Thursday and Sunday. I know you want to. We're a very positive community here. You can check it out in the comments. You'll see. You need some love and encouragement in 2019? Go in the comment section. RachhLoves fam, we got you. I got my coffee, I got all my makeup laid out, so without further ado, let's get into this. So first we're gonna start with the brows, and this should come as no surprise to anyone, but it's primarily Benefit products. The first one is the Precisely My Brow pencil. They just released a whole bunch of new colors this year, so 4.5 is my jam. Love this shade. The pencil itself is nice and fine. It just makes it really easy to fill in my brows without it looking too like chunky and aggressive. And to set everything in place, I'm using the only clear brow gel I use the entire year unless I was testing something new, which is the Benefit 24-hour brow setter. I've gone through so many of these this year. This is one of those hardcore gels. It is going to keep the brows in place. It helps give that sort of feathered effect at the top. You guys can see that. And I really like it. My brows don't budge throughout the day. It's probably the best I've ever used. Now to prime the lids, and I'm using the NARS Tinted Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base. This one is more like back half 2018 that I started using this, and I haven't been able to stop. It kind of covers everything up, so if you have any veininess on your lids or discoloration or just anything, it just, see what I mean? Like, it gives a little bit of color. It blends out really easily, and all of the eyeshadows just pop on top of it. Eyeshadow palettes, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this was a struggle because I tested a lot of eyeshadow palettes this year. The one I probably used the most out of all of the different ones is the Too Faced Just Peachy Mattes. This one just has a lot of really good easy colors that are just blendable. They make every look work. Just very good everyday palette. So this is probably the one that I use the most, but I did want to make some honorable mentions as well. One is the Urban Decay Born to Run palette. I have talked about this palette a lot. It's nice and pigmented. It blends out really smoothly on the eyes. I found that I could get away with just using this palette, and I was really happy because it had everything that I needed. It has the browns, it has little pops of color if I want, it has a nice highlight shade, like it was pretty well rounded. And then the last one, this is more recent, but I do want to mention it because I've been using it a lot recently, is the ABH Sultry palette. I really like the undertones. It's a little bit more on the cooler side, which has been a lot of fun for me because everything has been more like the peachy matte, just very warm, very orange toned, and this one is not. Like this Fresh Twig, Birch, Pearl, Dystopian, these have been sort of the shades I keep gravitating towards. Again, like all of the ABH palettes, they're a little bit on the dusty side when you first dip your brush into it, so just be prepared. Don't be aggressive with it. It's a very delicate palette, but they're very blendable. They look beautiful on the eyes. They build up really nicely, and all the colors just complement each other really well. So today, I think I'm going to go in with the ABH palette in that fresh shade, and I'm just going to apply that first to the top of the crease. And then I'm gonna use a mixture of the ABH palette, Birch and Twig, as well as the Too Faced palette and Peach Tea, and just kind of smoke it into the crease just to make a really natural, gradiated kind of effect. And then moving into the Urban Decay or Born to Run palette, I'm gonna take a bit of Radio, and then I'm gonna put that in the outer corner and layer Guilt Trip right on top. And it's gonna give this really pretty teal purpley vibe that I'm excited about. Now before I get into the fun like single glittery products that I've been obsessed with this year, I'm gonna take a little bit of Pearl from the ABH palette right here. I'm gonna put that on the center towards the inner part of the lid, and that is gonna act as sort of the base to the shade I'm gonna put on top. Okay, glittery products. were everything for me this year. Not this year, I guess last year. Product number 1 should come as no surprise to any of you that have watched any of my videos this year. It is the Hourglass Scattered Light Glitter Eyeshadow. This is the shade Aura. They have, I think, 5 different tones. I have used them in a bunch of tutorials, so I'm not gonna use them today, but like they are unbelievable, guys. They look so beautiful and they just pop on the eyes. They don't look chunky. They blend on top of whether you're going to use like a glitter primer or a regular primer. They don't flake underneath the eyes either. The tones are unbelievable. I think my favorite one out of all of them, might be Foil. Foil is this like burnt gold shade that looks incredible on the eyes, and again, it just has that reflect to it. It has the pigmentation to it. It's very metallic. It's gorgeous. And the one I'm going to use today is by Butter London. This is the Guerlain eye gloss, and this shade right here is Unicorn, which is one of those shades that I was like, this doesn't look right. I'm just gonna pop some of this on top. Not bright enough, gonna pop a little of this on top. Not special enough, boom, put this on, it's magic. It is this sort of like a moussey formula to it. It has this wet-like feel on the fingertips. And this one in particular has like a pinky, lilac, frosty tone to it that just layers so well for me on top of a variety of different looks. Probably not more like the golden rust tones, but everything else I'm like, yes, more of that please. They have a bunch of other colors as well, but like Unicorn is probably the one I used the most this year, and it looks so pretty on the lids, and yeah, can't get enough of it. For eyeliners, there were 2 that I wanted to mention. One was a new launch for 2018, one wasn't, but the one that isn't a new launch is one that I'm using in a new way, and it is the Tarte Clay Pot in black. It's a really good gel potted liner, regardless, but what I've been doing is I've been using it on the waterline, and it doesn't budge. I'll use this brush by Sigma. This is the Waterline E17 brush, and I'll dip it into the pot here and then just apply it, like stamp it to the upper waterline. Oh my gosh, guys, it does not transfer. It doesn't budge. It is smudge proof, incredible. It works really well. It doesn't irritate my eyes in any way. It's amazing. And then the other liner is the Fenty Beauty Fly Liner. This is just a really good pitch black, beautiful liner that glides onto the eyes super easily. It glides over glitters, over regular shadows. Doesn't matter how much I put on my eyes. This seems to go over all of it. It has a very fine tip applicator. It's not glossy. It's not matte. It's kind of a nice in between. I really like it. It applies well on both eyes. I don't have to keep like shaking it or trying to redip or whatever. It doesn't dry out on me. It's awesome. Okay, mascara and lashes. So 2 mascaras. One is the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir. This one really, like, I used it for a while and then I stopped using it, and then I came back to it and I was like, why did I stop? You guys know I do like myself a good dramatic lash. This one fits the bill, just big fluffy black lashes, which I love. And then the other one, this one I first used and I was like, I don't know, it's fine, I guess. But I don't know. I don't know if it just needed some time to like marinate for a bit and then it was awesome, but whatever it is, it's really great now. It's the YSL Faux Seals The Curler Volume Effect Mascara. I don't know which of those names is the correct one, but that's what's listed on the bottle. I guess over time, giving the formula a chance to get a little bit thicker has made it better, and now I just can't stop using it. It has a curved wand and really little, tiny little bristles that are going to cling onto every single last lash that you have. Again, this is more of a dramatic lash, but you guys know that's my jam. And the lashes I'm going to be using today should come as no surprise to any of you. They are the Velour Effortless Lashes. Basically, any of the ones within this line are amazing. They are pre-cut, so they're much shorter. They're supposed to be a little bit more natural, easier to wear. They're shorter as well, so they're going to fit more seamlessly with your natural lashes, and they're just easy to apply. I love them. I love them. I love them. I love them. Okay, now that our eyes are most of the way done, let's go on to the face, and we're gonna start with a primer that again is one that I used basically all year. This is the Clarins SOS primer, and this is the 02 Peach one. It blurs imperfections. It looks like I have foundation on my skin when I put this on. No joke, this is unbelievable. They have a bunch of them within the line. They have ones for redness, so they have like a green tint to them. For sallowness, which has a lavender tint, they have a bronzing one. But this is the one we are going to use today. It has a bit of a peachy beige, kind of a warm undertone to it. And I'll use like, sometimes I'll just use this as foundation in the summertime with a little bit of bronzer, and like that's it. Like, I don't know what they put in this stuff, but it's amazing. Another one I did really like this year, so I want to mention it, is the Farsali Skin Tune Blur Primer. This is another one that blurs out the skin. It just doesn't have that same warm peachiness to it that the SOS one does, and I think I use the Clarins one more than the Farsali one, but both are really good primers that I used a lot in 2018. Now let's go on to foundations. I have a couple I wanted to share with you. One is the Dior Forever Undercover 24-Hour Full Coverage Foundation. It has a mixture of pure pigments and like a watery kind of a base, so it's very, very thin but very full coverage. So you have to shake it up before you use it. You apply it to the skin, it blurs everything out, it applies like, feels like nothing on the skin, and it gives you a ton of coverage. It's an awesome, awesome foundation. It is on the expensive side, but I really like it. And then the next foundation, I blame my obsession with it on Sylvia Ghani. When I went out and we collabed together, she and I swapped makeup bags, and she was saying this is her ride or die foundation. She's obsessed with it. It lasts all day, and I was like, ooh! So I put it on, wore it throughout the day, and by the end of the day, my skin, I swear to you, looked exactly the same as when I first applied it. And it's the Too Faced Peach Perfect Comfort Matte Foundation. This looked insane on my skin. Usually I try to avoid really, really matte foundations, so when it says matte on it, I'm like, ugh. But this one doesn't look dry on my skin. It's not dewy, but it's like just a nice demi kind of matte finish. It looks really pretty on the skin, very natural looking. I'm using here Natural Beige, which I usually mix with porcelain, which sounds really weird, but I'm telling you that it works. You know what? I think I used the Dior one in the video where I tested out the award winners from Sephora, which I will link down below for you guys. So I will use the Too Faced one today. And you guys know the technique that I've been obsessed with is using a big fluffy powder brush and applying it to the skin. It helps you to control the number of layers that you apply. It doesn't get super cakey on the skin, and it gives this like airbrush effect. It's beautiful. For concealers, the high-end category had a lot of really good ones released in 2018. I think the ones that I played around with the most would have to be the Cover FX Power Play Concealer and the Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer from Too Faced. These two right here just had really good full coverage, but still really lightweight kind of a feel on the skin. I don't like anything super heavy under the eyes, which is why I tend not to go for like the Tarte Shape Tape, especially in that under eye area, just because it gets really dry and really thick and like creasy under my eyes, and I just don't like it. But these, not at all. They're very lightweight. They cover up everything, and yeah, no, I really like them. So I'm using a bit of the Cover FX one in the inner corner, and then I'm using a darker shade of the Too Faced one right in the center, and then I kind of blend everything out from there. And we're gonna use my other favorite tool, if I can find it. Where did I put it? This is the Stands Out Beauty Sponge. It is a diamond kind of shaped sponge. You guys have seen me use this a lot this past year. This is my second one that I'm on, and I have like another 4 in the drawer. I love this for blending out foundation, concealer, powder. It does the job. It feels really cool. It feels like memory foam. Like, you see what I mean? It like crumples up and it goes back to its original shape. But I like the fact that it has this sort of flat side here. It just, you can get right into the corner and just press the product in. It's just a really good multi-use sponge that I just can't stop using. The next product isn't a concealer and it's not a foundation, but I kind of use it like concealer, and it's one I talk a lot about on Insta Story. So those of you that follow me on Insta Story and Instagram, you guys know and have probably seen this product before, but it's by Lancome, and it's this cushion highlighter chroma. It looks like this. The product itself looks kind of like concealer, but it has this really pretty reflect to it, which is very, very subtle. And what I like to do with this product is actually take a really skinny brush, if I can find one. Skinny brushes, where are you? And I'll dip it into the product, and I will use this to put into any like smile lines or anything that I am currently experiencing. And it just reflects the light and makes them appear a lot less noticeable. Honestly, Lancome, you cannot discontinue this product. It is so good. It is so necessary. I'm obsessed with it. Now we need to talk about my love affair with the high-end powder category in 2017 and also get this hair out of my lashes. I hinted at this a little bit in the drugstore video I uploaded on Sunday, and I said that I had just the best powders I have ever used this entire year are right here in front of me. And so for those of you that want blurred skin, Barbie, like plastic looking skin, these powders will do that for you. Number one is the Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder. Just blurs everything out. It doesn't cake, it doesn't crease. It's just a really good one. The next one is by Elizabeth Arden. This is the High Performance Blurring Loose Powder. I used this mostly in the first half of 2018. I could not stop using it. It just makes everything look very soft and airbrushed. And then the third one, which I kind of use with the other two powders, almost like a finishing powder, is by Laura Geller, and it's their Filter Finish Setting Powder in Universal. And this one surprised me. When I first used this, I actually bought this, it was part of like an Amazon tested kind of a video. I first put it on and I was like, I don't think I'm gonna like this. And then I saw how my skin looked in different light, and it makes my pores look less noticeable. It has a little bit of a sheen to it, so my skin looks really dewy and soft. And every time that I use this powder, especially mixed with these other ones, people ask me what I've done to my skin. It's so freaking beautiful. I love how it looks with the other powders as well as by itself, but mostly just with the other powders. I feel like it's too dewy to use by itself personally, but these three powders have really done it for me this year. I was obsessed with them. Really good powders, highly recommend them. 2018 was the year of high-end powders for me. So I'm gonna start with a little bit of the Hourglass one, and I'm going to first make sure there are no creases under my eyes. Step number one. And then I'm just gonna put a little bit on this sponge and then press it underneath my eyes here. And then I'll just use a big fluffy brush and I will apply a little bit of powder over the rest of my face, particularly in the areas where I don't want the foundation to rub off. And then I'm gonna take the Laura Geller powder and I'm just gonna swirl my brush in it. And I'm going to start with the tops of my cheekbones, applying a little bit under the eyes, basically everywhere. Now I'm gonna put on a little bit of blush, though I gotta say 2018 was the year of drugstore blushes for me. I have a lot of favorites in the drugstore video, so check it out at the end of this video. But one from the high-end category that I really liked and used a lot is by Bare Minerals. This is their Gen Nude blush in the shade Beige for Days. This is a blush that I saw from Allie off of YouTube, and she was using it and I was like, ooh, I need it, and I'm obsessed with it. It's so good. Oh, I just realized that I went right into blush and didn't even apply bronzer yet. Whoops, that's fine. It's fine, we'll do it after. This color is really nice and one I wouldn't have picked up myself because it has more of like a bronzy effect. And I was like, oh, it's gonna be too brown on my skin. It's not going to look right for me, but it has a very subtle hint of warmth and like a rosy undertone that's just like barely there, but it gives this beautiful, I don't know, just this beautiful warmth to the skin without looking too muddy. And yeah, no, I love it. So I'm getting my hair into my brush and I know that's super annoying, but I am too lazy to go and find something to tie my hair back. And the bronzer I'm gonna use, this is my ride or die this entire year. It is by Guerlain and it is their Terracotta tan enhancing bronzer. It has a little bit of a blush kind of tone in the center. It has a bit of a sheen to the actual bronzer itself. It's not super matte. I will say that the scent is very, very strong, very perfumey. So if you are sensitive to scents, you are probably not gonna like this, but I just kind of like power through it because it doesn't sit on the skin. It's not scented all day, like it does dissipate really quickly. But that really hits you in the face when you open up the product. The color is great. I love how it has that blush in the center because I love blush like basically all over my face. It's so pretty. And it's not too dark, it's not too light, it's not too orange, it's not too gray. Just a really good tone, blends out well. I really like it. Okay, let's go into highlight because there are two here that I really want to talk about. One should come as no surprise. This is by ABH. It's the Amrezy kind of collab that they did. That is this highlight right here. It's a nice, soft, pale gold that is still light enough for my skin tone. Sometimes these just don't look right on my skin, but this one I find is light enough for me. This is the shade right here. It is a very over the top, super glam, very metallic, very buildable, gorgeous, gorgeous color. And then the other one I've been really enjoying is by OFRA. This is the highlighter in Star Island. Okay, open it. This one has that same undertone, being in that pale champagne kind of category, but it is much lighter. These OFRA highlights are no joke. They are some of the most pigmented highlights I've ever come across. You have to be very careful when you're applying these because a little bit goes a long way. And that is coming from me, someone who is obsessed with highlight and wants to bathe in it. So because I've used the ABH one fairly recently, I'm going to use Star Island today. I've never used it with a fan brush before, but I kind of want to try it. I know today is not for trying stuff, but I'm kind of curious. I feel like this would work well with this particular formula. That is so pretty. Now let's get into lip color, and there are a bunch here that I have that I want to mention because yeah, no, I used a lot. And I'm sticking to just the neutrals today because I want to talk about the ones I use the most often. And while I do love myself a good like bright pink or deep red and things like that, they weren't the ones that I used the most often. So first of all, Bare Minerals glosses. We have Sugar and Totally here. They just felt really nice on the lips. I'll swatch them all for you guys so you can see what they all look like. But where am I gonna swatch this? So that's Sugar, it's more of a pinky tone, and then Totally has more of a nude kind of a base. It's much lighter. Both are just very pretty, very pigmented, glossy glosses. Another gloss that I really liked is by MAC. This is their lip gloss. This is from their holiday collection, Tinsel Seeker, and it's such a pretty shade. I've been using it a lot on top of any lipsticks that I have, and it just adds a pretty sheen, a nice pink pop to the lip. It's really, really gorgeous. And then, oh, this is the only bright shade that I wanted to talk about. This is by Buxom. This is their Vava Plump. The entire lip collection, the Vava Plump line, I really, really loved in 2018. This is in Paradise Found, which is a bright, bright, beautiful shade. And it is super pigmented, super over the top. Like, look at that. Look how intense that is. It is a plumping lip gloss, but I did not find it to be like tingly or over the top or anything like that. I just felt it to be a really nice, glossy, high pigmented lip color that I really fell in love with this year. They also have some really nice nude shades too, in case you're interested. And then another MAC lip color that I really loved is their Versacolor Varnish Lip Cream Stain or Cream Lip Stain, and this is in Crushing It 111. This product is really pretty because it applies like a cream, but it dries down to a stain. Like, look at that color, by the way. Let's just like take a moment to appreciate that. But it dries down to a stain that stays put on the lips. I'll put like a gloss on top, but then I know I have that color on underneath that's not gonna fade at all. I also have the red in this one as well, and it's just like, this kind of came out of nowhere. I didn't see anyone talk about this, and I just loved it this year. It was awesome. So I think today I'm gonna put on the MAC, the cream lip stain, and then I'll put a gloss on top just so you guys can see what this looks like as a stain. Like, how pretty is that? Oh, I'm obsessed. And then we'll top it with a little gloss, maybe sugar on top. Sugar on top. Oh, I just realized I didn't finish up underneath my eyes. Wow, got too excited. Okay, let's set this makeup down. Make it not move all day. And for that, I'm gonna use the Cover FX Dewy Finish Setting Spray. This has been one of my favorites this year. It's very, like, it's not gonna give you a very harsh matte feel. It doesn't feel really drying on the skin. It's very light, like the mist is very fine. You know I like that. And it keeps my makeup in place all day. I really can't ask for more than that. Woo-hoo! Look at that. All my favorites in one place. Love it. But I need to know what your favorite product was from 2018 in the high-end category. Let me know. Check out the videos on the side if you have missed any. Make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on new videos every Thursday and also on Sunday. And that is everything. I was gonna say, without further ado, let's get into this. Wow. And that's everything. I hope you guys are having an amazing start to 2019, and make sure you stay tuned. On Sunday, we're gonna be doing the worst products of 2018. There were some bad launches in 2018. So make sure you stick around for that. I hope you guys are having a great start to the year, and I will see you guys all on Sunday. Love you all. Mwah.